Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for Farming Simulator 22 as we continue our Swiss chocolate run here. And I think I ended the last episode with some issues with some of the contracts. I didn't actually get credit for them because I had to reload the game to fix some bugs, and then reloading the game actually removed the ability to turn the contracts in or something weird like that. It was just a mess. I did go back through and fix it so I got credit for the contracts. I had to just go into the XML files and give myself credit for those and get the money for it. So we do have that. I also have purchased something. Went ahead and saw something come up on the used lot, if you will, and went ahead and picked it up. You can probably see it already over there in the distance, but we'll come over here, we'll pick it up, bring it back to our farm. Hopefully something that we'll be using quite a bit. We have a slurry tanker, and actually not a bad one. This one's a decent sized slurry tanker, so I think this is going to serve us really well. I can't remember exactly what price we bought it for, but it was not much. Let's see. This is the Fliegel. Let's see how much it normally costs, because I think we got it like 60% off or something crazy like that. Where is it? Slurry tankers. So this one is this one right here, the max line 18,000. So I think, yeah, okay, 60% off. So I think we got about $40,000 is how much we ended up paying for it. So not bad at all. What our tractor is what currently 175, and this thing takes 225 is ideal, which we obviously don't have, but we're just gonna have to make do. Speaking of used lot, I mean, there are still some pretty good tractors on there. I mean, look at that beast right there. That would be a really fun tractor to have, but no, we can't afford it right now. Any repairs we need to do on this thing? Let's just might as well look at it real quick. In fact, we do need to repair our truck, it looks like. So let's just go ahead and get some repairs in if we can afford it, just so we can kind of have a baseline of where our financial situation is. That's actually not too bad on the tractor. That's actually not too bad on that. So all right, a couple repairs done, easy, and we can move forward. So we have a way to transport slurry if we want to, or use it for obviously fertilizing. So whichever direction we decide to go with it, we have that option. Oh, is this the one that, let me check this real quick. I'm sorry. I've suddenly remembered something about this. Let me back it up. Let's check in the shop, because I think I added something to this that actually made it a little bit more expensive. I think I could have gotten it cheaper. I think it was about 40,000 bucks, but I think I ended up paying 60 for it because, let's see, customize. Yes, I added the John Deere manure sensing. So it has the sensing on there, which is going to allow us to, obviously, exactly what it says right there in front of us, sense the nitrogen in our manure and make sure we're only putting out what we need. So it was, I think maybe it was only about $10,000, so maybe I only paid like 50,000, 55, something like that. But I did pay a bit extra for that. But I thought that was definitely worth it, because if we're going to be using this thing, we want to use it properly and not overuse, slurry, things like that. So seemed like a good idea. So now we have two ways to do fertilizing. Well, technically three, because we still have the liquid sprayer, but two maybe sustainable ways, if you will. Now, granted, we don't have a ton of cows in the sense that I don't know that our set of cows can keep us supplied with enough total fertilizer between the two systems, but it'll still help. It'll still help quite a bit. And up until now, we had no way to do slurry or empty this out or anything like that. We're just wasting all of our slurry. So in fact, I bet we have, we're full right now. So we need to go ahead and fill this thing up just so we can make some space. Unfortunately, this thing doesn't hold a ton, but it'll hold a good chunk, and will at least allow us to make a bit more now. So 18,000 liters there. Go ahead and leave this here. We could always transport this to the bio place if we chose, but I think we're going to try and keep this for fertilizer for right now. If for some reason we are able to feel like we're able to maintain fertilization between the two systems, we might be able to get rid of the we wouldn't be able to get rid of the liquid sprayer, from the sense of we do still need it for herbicide, but we might be able to just get rid of all of our liquid fertilizer itself. All right. I should probably say real quick, the speaking of slurry, the Pumps and Hoses DLC has come out as of the time that I'm recording this. It came out a couple days ago. However, it is not a part of the Season 1 Pass, because it's not an official... Well, it is an official Farming Simulator one, but it's not made by Giants. It's made by a third party. You can go look up whoever that is. I can't remember the name of them. But so it's not made by Giants, therefore it's not part of Season Pass. Since it's not part of Season Pass, I'm probably not going to pick it up anytime soon unless I felt a strong need for us to like use it. I mean, yeah, sure, it would help us in this particular context, but I don't really have the money to buy the equipment that I would need anyway. So the more than likely in this particular playthrough, it would not get any usage. So will I ever buy it? Maybe someday. Maybe if it goes on sale, especially. But I'd probably buy it in the context of having a targeted reason to use it. And like, you know, basically start a game with that and try it out, stuff like that. So for now, I am not picking up that DLC, but we will be getting the Platinum expansion that comes out here in November because that is part of the Season 1 pass. So anyway, just want to let you know where we're at and go from there. Okay, I think the next thing up for us is just to move to the next month. I think we're good. I think our cows are fed. Still quite a bit of slurry, but again, that's about all we can do about it anyway. These cows over here are, I guess they're fine for now and to stay where they're at. I don't remember what our cow cycle was up to right now. Honestly, it's been a little while since my last episode. I'd recorded quite a few of these episodes back to back. So let me find my swish stuff. Yeah, I didn't mark anything down about where the cows are at. So let me see if I can figure this out real quick. We have 37 cows here, right? And another 12 here. Is that right? 37. That didn't, I think that sounds like bad math for some reason. 10, 20, 29, plus 8, 37. Yeah, okay, so we have 37 cows. We can hold it for 45. So we have space for 8 cows. Oh, which is, yeah, we have more than that. So we will need to sell off a few cows here in a bit. Don't think I was currently part of my plan at the moment, though. Man, only a couple of our cows are reproducing. We've got a lot in puberty right now. But, okay. I think we're okay for now. And we at least got space for them for now. We got food for them for now. We're not too worried about it. We did just plant a bunch of grass that is now growing. And we can go ahead and fast forward. And we'll need to fertilize the grass. Speaking of fertilizing with slurry. Hopefully. Do we have any items to sell? I'll have to check the things. And I'm going to write them down on this. I've remade my calendar because my other calendar was getting a little too crowded with some changes that I made. Oh my goodness, it is dark. So let's check the types of things that we would want to sell. We would want to sell, obviously, chocolate. Which would be May. So May, sell chocolate. And then we would want to sell, if we have it, we'll want to sell cheese, which is September. I feel like it's always good to have some sort of, you know, plan written out or something like that. And then the other thing would be sugar, because sometimes we'll have extra of that. That would be July. And I can't imagine we would ever sell the sugar beets by themselves. We would just convert it into sugar. What else would we would never probably sell the milk by itself. We might sell butter at some point if we start getting more cows, but that's going to be a long ways away. But it might be worth writing this down just so we know. Just in case we ever get into the butter. But we are a long ways away from having enough cows to deal with butter. All right. So a couple things we do need to figure out is, man, it's so dark at 8 o'clock in the morning here. We are going to get this set of grass, right? We're going to make sure we get this grass picked up. But we do need to figure out what our next crop's going to be. And I know that I had that written down as well. I don't know. I honestly don't know what I want my next crop to be. And we've got some time before we have to plant it. So we're going to at least be able to harvest this grass in, I guess, March, right? But, man, I just don't know. Cotton uses too much specialized equipment. I don't think I want to do cotton. I mean, all of this, I should back that up. All of this uses equipment we don't have, to be fair. So I guess it wouldn't really matter in that context. If we thought we had a little bit of extra money, it might be good to start doing crop-based silage, which historically has been better, but with seasons, I don't know if it is actually. It may not be better than with seasons now. And used to, when you did that, you would do corn. It was usually the best one for that. Do we have enough sugar beets for now? I can't remember where we left off with sugar beets. Yeah, we got quite a bit of sugar beets. We got a lot of sugar beets. So we're good there for quite some time. At least for one more year. Like, well, probably every other year is when we need to do sugar beets, which is why I just need to figure out which crop to do. I mean, soybeans usually a pretty good selling crop, honestly. Yeah. Soybeans usually pretty good. Honestly, probably soybeans. Canola, I think, is usually pretty good as well, although we would have to wait a lot longer for that. And the cycle on canola is just different. So canola probably just doesn't fit our timeline better as well, because we would have to wait until August to plant it. And then we wouldn't be able to plant a new crop until July, which means we would skip out on sugar beets next year. So we need something that's going to be harvested in October, November, or, effectively before March, so that we can plant sugar beets still. So yeah, I think soybeans is probably the best. I mean, we can do something like sunflowers just for fun, but typically things like that where you're going to turn them into another product through oil, I don't know that's usually quite as lucrative. So yeah, I'm thinking, looking at all of this, I'm thinking just plain old soybeans, just to have something that's, halfway decent crop. All right, so we have some time to wait for that then. How's the cows doing? All right, so you guys all merged together. Good. So we got 12 cows here ready to come back over to join the flock. When's the next reproduced? Looks like the next ones are these 6 in 2 months. Which would be a good time to go ahead and bring all these over, which is fine. Well, technically I could just leave them there because we have space for 6 more just in this particular pen. And that might not be a terrible idea either. Or I could just swap these around, bring some of these over, swap these over this way, just leave them in there. Something like that. We'll figure it out. We got a little bit of time to wait. Man, we need to fast forward because this is way too dark. Guess that's gonna be about as good as it's gonna get. I should probably check the used stuff again. Speaking of foraging, there's a forage harvester. That's a really nice forage harvester. Again, not something we really need right now. Don't see any good contracts. All right, let's grab. I guess we can grab our slurry. Why not? We're not going to need a ton of fertilizer. Why is it not showing up the fertilizer at all? Oh, because we don't have something connected. Probably. I'm just used to it always showing up because I usually have it connected already. I guess we probably should start on the far side just to... take care of the place by the tree. I mean, this is still slower than if we use the sprayer itself, but... and there's obviously an argument to be made for time is money, so Are we gaining? Are we actually gaining money by doing it through something that we have for free? Well, effectively for free, or are we? Would we be better off, you know, doing the quicker thing and saving money that way? I cannot even see, other than on the map. I can't really see where it's doing this. I mean, you can maybe barely see a line. It's not super obvious. All right, I'm gonna let this run for a little bit, and we'll be back in a moment. All right, just finishing up field number 2 here. Gonna go ahead and get filled back up on some slurry, and then we can tackle the last field. So while I'm getting this set up, I just wanted to point out something that you guys might have already found obvious, and maybe I already knew about it. I just haven't commented about it. Maybe is a better way to put it. Obviously, with our aggressive selling strategy that we've swapped to for our cows, so that we can get some extra money for our cows at their peak sell price. It does mean, for right now at least, we don't have very many cows producing milk because we don't have that many cows, you know, at that reproduction age. But I think that's going to be okay. I think in the long run, it's going to basically even out to about the same thing. It's just, instead of having, you know, 6 cows perfectly spaced out across, you know, the entire, you know, lifespan that we're gonna be selling them across, right? Where, you know, every few months we have another 6, another few 6. So basically, if we had it perfectly spaced out, we would always have, you know, X amount of cows, whatever that number would be, always producing milk, because we would sell some off the top and the next ones would be going, as there's another group coming right into that age bracket to be able to reproduce as well. So there would always just be the same amount of milk being produced at all times. It's effectively average over the course of, you know, 3 years, I guess, which is basically the time that we're going to be selling them. Technically 38 months, but we'll say 3 years. We're still going to get the same amount of average milk across everything. It just may come in, you know, we might have a year that's got a little bit, and then we might have a year that's got a lot, because we have a bunch of cows that are younger right now. Most of our cows are not at reproduction age, but that does also mean that when all these cows start to get into that reproduction age, they're going to cycle into that reproduction age all to kind of separated by a few months apiece, which means we're going to have a lot of cows. In fact, these right here are going to start reproducing in 2 months. We're going to have 10 cows reproducing and providing milk here in 2 months. So it will all, I think, ultimately work out. It's just going to be a little bit weird initially. And if we could ever get to the point where we could space them out properly, then we would definitely have a very consistent flow of milk. But it's going to be an up and down thing. We're going to have lots of milk, not much milk. Lots of milk, not much milk. As long as it continues at its current kind of setup. See, it might not actually count that because it's such a small sliver, and it does not appear that it did. Oh, because I didn't have it turned on. Wow. I could have sworn I had it turned on, but I think I hit the button twice. There we go. That time it counted. All right, I'll get this wrapped up here shortly. Anything else we need to worry about right this second? I don't think so. Obviously, we're not touching any of this, unfortunately. Although I do like this trailer, because this trailer is at least... Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is the exact same one we have. I thought this was the slightly better one. It is. 24073 2XXL. And we have the 18051 2XXL. I suddenly don't remember. One's got, I guess, two wheels in the back. In the very back, 2 sets of wheels, and the other one's only got 1 set of wheels. What are the capacities, just out of curiosity? I mean, is there any reason we would want to swap up, just so we have a little bit extra capacity on our trailer? So this one's 20, or 13, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. 18.5 thousand. And I'm assuming this is like in the 20s probably, right? Could be. It could actually be configured to be even more. The configuration it's showing us may not be that much. Oh, this one can even be a flatbed. With the auto load? Ooh. You know what? I was going to get it for this purpose, unless this thing can also be a flatbed. It cannot. I was going to get it for our crop, but it might be worth just picking this up, just have a better option for hauling our stuff, because I assume this is going to hold quite a bit more than that first trailer, right? Yeah, there's got to be, right? That is an option. Are you actually putting stuff down? I think you are, even though we can't see it because our tractor's not technically driving on top of it. Yeah, that's actually a really good option to sell that, our current flatbed, and pick that up. Let's see. Let's double check to make sure you did get all the... Yep, you did. Okay. Because our current trailer that we use, our current flatbed, where is it? I mean, we could sell it for, $6,000, right? And it is tiny. Which means that we could then pick this one up for, it's an increase of about $10,000-12,000, right? But I kind of like this idea. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and get you dropped off. Go pick up our trailer. Arguably, we could also just pick up another trailer, just so we have another one rolling around. But and then if we're not using it for, hauling cargo, we could still set it up to haul crops as well. But if we were going to do that, I just don't think we need the other crop trailer, quite frankly. I suppose we could always sell both trailers. It's kind of an interesting concept. But then we'd have to go back to the store every time we wanted to swap it around. Which isn't that far, to be fair, but... Where did I leave that trailer? Probably over here? Is that what I'm seeing inside there, I think? Pick up a little bit more chocolates. Yeah, because this thing only holds 6, right? And I'm assuming that other thing probably hold at least... I wouldn't be surprised if it holds at least 10. Which would be a nice just increase, just to make things, a little bit easier for us. Come on. Way too close. Because we had to make, when we did sugar, for example, We had to make so many trips with the sugar. Is that it? Okay, that's it for the chocolate. Alright, let's go get you dropped off. I think at the very least we are selling this one. I think. Yeah, I think this is the better plan. Because our grain trailer can make do as is. It'd be nice to have a bigger one. We don't need a bigger one. So I think that's fine. So we'll come in here. I guess we'll repair it for $5 and get $6 worth of stuff. Oh, and we can repaint it. There we go. $7,500. Sell you. And then let's come in here, grab you, and we are going to go ahead and set you up just from the get-go as this. Guess we could change the color. Let's make it a black trailer. I don't know. Orange. Red. Make it a boring trailer. We'll go with this, and we will buy you. Oh, yeah. Obviously. The one thing about this is that we will not be able to back up with this trailer. I cannot back this type of trailer up, obviously. You guys have painfully seen. Which I might come to regret, to be honest. Because it is nice being able to back up. I think we'll figure it out. Or we'll be able to, like, just always pull forward. We'll find out if I regret this or not. Alright. Let's get in you. Yeah, there's a much larger trailer. Do we have anything we can go pick up right now? I mean, we can go pick up the chocolate just to see how much it picks up. I don't think we have any like cheese or anything like that needs to be picked up. Nah, and the sugar, not at the moment. Yeah, this has got to be at least twice the size of that other one, right? Oh, and it double stacks. Okay, no, this is definitely well worth it. Definitely well worth it. This thing's going to be able to haul a lot. Do we think it's going to do another row on the very back? Maybe a sideways row? But even if it doesn't, we're already, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 versus the 6? Yeah, okay. Absolutely worth it. Cool. All right, well, I'm happy with that purchase, even though it does put us pretty low on the money side of things. But I think we will, long-term, be pretty happy with that particular purchase. All right, we're going to put a cut in there. When we come back, it will be time to, well, not quite time to mow the grass because it's going to be dead. We're not dead, but it's going to be dormant for the next couple months. But that will very likely be the next action we do other than, doing some stuff with the cows. So we'll do that in the next episode. But I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.